Hi, welcome to Couples Therapy Bites.
I'm Steven.
I'm Erin, and happy May.
Happy May.
May is an important month to us, to everyone, but for us in particular because it is Stephen Mitchell's birthday month.
My birthday.
At the end of the month, we will celebrate his 41st year of life.
I had to go and tell everyone, but just
Oh.
my birthday only.
All month long, though, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And we just wanted to take a minute and acknowledge that and say how important we think that is and how thankful we are that there's this growing awareness about mental health and erasing stigmas and just bringing about more attention and more light on the spectrum of mental health.
Yeah, because I think for so long, there's this big book, the DSM-5 now, that has all these mental health illnesses, bipolar, schizophrenia, and all kinds of stuff. And I think sometimes when people think about mental health, they just think like, oh, it's just kind of this really severe, bizarre stuff that's in this book, and those aren't bizarre things, but it's much more of a that's something out there rather than we really think that mental health is something that we all need to be mindful of and that we all have a process with. We are all trying to be mentally well.
Exactly. Yep.
And I think that's the spectrum you're talking about. It's not just the severe. I mean, I think it refers to also just your sense of like your relationships and do you feel okay? Do you feel healthy? That kind of stuff.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm referencing.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to bring attention to that and take a minute to talk about like what is wellness, or one of the components of what is wellness.
Yeah, well, and so I think another component of this mental health is we think of it individually, right? So how am I doing? Do I feel depressed? Do I feel anxious? And those are all really important things to think about. But also if you're in a...
critical things to think about.
Yeah, you have to. But also if you're in a couple relationship, there's this idea of like your couple wellness.
I'm an I, you're an I, and we're a we.
Yeah.
It's this third thing that we have to be.
So how are we doing?
Tending to.
Are we feeling depressed? Are we feeling anxious? Are we feeling traumatized? Whatever it might be.
And this is really the crux of what Stephen and I are hoping this channel is about, and we hope you're getting the picture. That we would like for all couples to focus on this we so easily brush it aside, and it's this thing that gets stuck on a shelf.
And we like to be individual as a society. Like we want to be really independent and self-sufficient, even in our relationships. And I think what we have realized is that our relationship is the strongest when we bring our individual lives and our individual wellness and our individual story together.
For this couple health.
Yeah, and to shape sort of a vision together, a story as a couple, as an us, as a we. And that makes us feel strong and connected and like we belong somewhere. And
it's easy to avoid. It's easy to put off. It's easy to take your vows and then check back in 7 years later when you've got that 7-year itch. Which, by the way, Stephen didn't know was a real thing until our 7th year.
I didn't.
But
did I have the 7-year itch?
No,
I don't think so.
I just maybe I don't know.
I didn't.
But just the importance of acknowledging that we are this thing, that needs attention.
You have to attend to your joint story. And so I think one of the ways that we have really thought about this and how do we do that is by actually telling stories, by actually writing our story, by talking with one another about each other's stories, so trying to understand like Erin's life and where she has come from and how she has experienced different things in her life and her doing that with me and then referring to that, like helping that inform how we understand how the other person functions in life. And so as Erin was saying, that is sort of our hope of what we're doing here. And I think that even more so, like that is what we really want to try and begin to spend our time focusing on, is helping you as a couple tell your story together. And that will be you individually understanding your story, but But overall, it will be you individually understanding your story and then talking about it and sharing it with your partner. And
then understanding their story,
Yeah.
and then understanding how that creates this whole other story.
Right. And there's a process for doing that. There's a way to go about doing that. And then in the end, the result is a well couple. A couple that isn't perfect, that isn't without, problems or struggles, but that overall feels together. And in love, and
healthy.
Yeah,
who can endure hardships, who can celebrate joys.
Yeah.
Deep laments, shouts of joy.
Yeah,
and they can do this together.
Yeah, and
we can do this together. You can do this together.
And so that's where we feel like we want to go with you. And so if you want to join us, please comment below. Tune into the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Share the channel. Because we think that every couple should be well and can be well. And we hope that for you. So thanks, and we'll see you next time.